The Donkey and the Golden Statue. Once there was a donkey named Mimas who lived in a small, dusty village. He spent his days carrying heavy bags of grain and bundles of sticks. Mimas was a very strong worker, but he often dreamed of being someone important instead of just a plain gray donkey. One bright morning, his owner, a kind man named Silas, came to the stable with something special. He draped a velvet cloth over Mimas's back. Then, with great care, he lifted a heavy statue made of solid, shining gold and secured it onto the saddle. "Today is a big day, Mimas," Silas said. "We must carry this sacred image to the temple in the great city." Mimas felt very grand. He trotted out of the village, his hooves clicking rhythmically on the stone road. He liked the way the gold sparkled in the sun. As they entered the city gates, a large crowd gathered. The people lined the streets, whispering in hushed voices. Suddenly, as Mimas passed by, the people began to bow down low. Some even threw flower petals onto the path in front of him. Mimas could hardly believe his eyes. He had never seen people act this way before. "They are bowing to me," he thought, his heart swelling with pride. "I must be much more handsome and important than I realized. I am a king among donkeys." The further they went, the more the people cheered and knelt. Mimas decided he didn't want to move at all. He wanted to stay right there and let everyone admire him. He planted his hooves firmly on the ground and refused to take another step. Silas pulled and nudged, but Mimas wouldn't budge. Mimas tossed his head and let out a loud, thunderous bray. "Hee-haw! Hee-haw!" he shouted to the crowd. He thought he was giving a royal speech to his loyal subjects. Silas sighed and shook his head. He walked back to Mimas and leaned in close to his long, fuzzy ear. "Mimas, why have you stopped?" he asked. Mimas just huffed and looked at the crowd, waiting for more cheers. "You silly donkey," Silas whispered firmly. "Do not be so full of yourself. These people are not bowing to you. They are bowing to the golden statue you are carrying on your back. Without the image, you are just a donkey in the middle of the road." Mimas felt his ears droop. He looked at the people and realized they weren't even looking at his face. They were looking at the hero of gold. He felt very small and a little bit embarrassed. He realized that the honor belonged to the statue, not to him. Mimas began to walk again, but this time he didn't strut or puff out his chest. He walked steadily and carefully, making sure the statue stayed safe. He understood now that he had an important job to do, even if the praise wasn't meant for him. When they reached the temple, Silas lifted the statue down. Mimas felt lighter, both on his back and in his heart. He was happy to be a hard-working donkey, and he never forgot the day he learned that true greatness is doing your job well, not taking credit for others.